Sorry, who's ever watching? Knocked it right off my stand. Did you see that, Carol? I went to adjust something on my camera and knocked the whole thing down. At least it wasn't during the demonstration, right? I'm just going to wait a few seconds for more people to jump on. While we're waiting for more to join us, I just want to show you what we did in Wednesday evening's Facebook Live. That would have been September 7th. September 7th was National Beer Lovers Day, I found out. So I decided to use our Brewed for You bundle to make this birthday card, and we made a gatefold card, an angled gatefold card. So a little bit different variation on a traditional gatefold card, but lots of fun and lots of easy, very easy to make. You can still see the video here on Stampin' Peace with Mary Nabe. It's just about to be posted to my blog, either later tonight. I've got to put some finishing touches on the blog post, but it's just about ready to go with the templates included to help you when you make your own angled gatefold card. So you'll have that resource. So look for that on my blog later this evening or tomorrow morning. I also went ahead and showed a Halloween card that I made using that angled gatefold layout. So obviously I used the Witch Hat Builder Punch on the belly band. And then the paper I used is from the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper pack, which is a host pack, a mega pack in the mini catalog available for people who host, or for those that have a Stampin' Up! Order of $150 or more. But if you don't want to spend all that, talk to me. I would love to set up some kind of Stampin' Up! Party for you to help you earn that designer series paper or some other free product. Okay, a few more days left to order your Apple Harvest Class to Go. With the class, you'll make 8 cards, 2 each of these designs. And look at this one, I love this one. So what I love most about this is it shows everybody that the stamp set, the bundle, is not just for apples, but you can make so many other things with it too, because it has lots of extra dies in there. Flowers, leaves, small blossoms, a branch, so much more you can do than just flowers or just apples with that class. So you can find information there about that on stampinpeace.com, and Tuesday, September 12th is the deadline to sign up for that. I'm so excited for the people who've already ordered theirs, because that tells me they like apples, apple season and fall just as much as I do. So I'm excited to see that class take off and sell so well. Okay, today, lots happened in the news, right? Or I should say one big thing. Queen Elizabeth II passed away yesterday, and I was just thinking about her and reflecting on her life, her career, her family. And I just thought, gosh, what a very inspirational woman, a very strong woman, somebody with great compassion and even forgiveness, somebody who is truly dedicated not just to being the queen, but also her family, and how she worked so hard to be the best she could be for the people she was serving. And I just was thinking about her and watching some of the different things on TV, and what nice tributes to her. So to my Stampin' Up! Friends in the UK, I'm sorry for your country's loss. The world lost a really great woman in Queen Elizabeth, and I'm thinking of you all. So for today's project, I wanted to show you one of my very, very favorites. The Z-Fold card is a close second of my favorite fun folds, but the Joyfold card is still my favorite fun fold. And I haven't done that in a long time, so I thought I would do that today. And I changed plans. I'm not using the bundle that I thought I would be using for that. Instead, I thought I'll pay an extra little tribute to the Queen by using the Cup of Tea bundle and the Tea Boutique Designer Series paper. So I'm going to flip my camera around now. While I'm doing that, please share this live video and invite others to join us for today's creative demonstration. Alrighty, as I stated, I'm using the products from the Tea Boutique suite, which is in our annual catalog. I was so excited when this came out. I just love all the beautiful Designer Series paper. I love all the elements of the suite. The bundle is fabulous. Let me flip this over so you can get an idea of what some of the backs are. I've been using this same packet of paper, so I can't even say I have one of each in there, but it's really super fabulous. Great prints, and many that you can use for any occasion at all. Not necessarily with the Cup of Tea stamp set and dies, and not necessarily just with the sentiments that are in this bundle. So many of these prints I think would be gorgeous for cards of encouragement and hope, for sympathy cards, birthdays, you name it. I can think of a lot. And maybe even some baby cards. There's some pretty petal pink patterns in here. Look at that bright Tahitian Tide print for a baby boy, perhaps. So I like the versatility in it. Okay, I am just going to go ahead and make this. I'm not going to show you my samples. And then when I finish showing you how to make this, then I'll bring out the other two cards I've already made. We're going to start with a piece of cardstock that measures 8 1/4 inches by 4 1/4. So you can see it here, 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. And on the long side, you want to score at 5 1/2 inches. So our finished Joyfold card will be of standard size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's always important to me when I'm working with different folds. I want to know what the finished measurements are so that I know whether or not it fits in our standard medium envelopes. I'm using a piece of Tea Boutique DSP. That's a 6x6 DSP pack, and there's 48 sheets. I believe you get 4 of 12 different sheets. This measures 5 1/4 by 4 inches. I'm using another, if I can pick it up here, another pattern there. They're so pretty on both sides. Sometimes I think, oh, I hate to cover that up, but sometimes I have to go with what works for the overall look of my card. But definitely lots of opportunities to mix and match. So The thing about a Joyfold card is basically you have a large card base and a smaller card base, and the two fit together. So that's the premise of the Joyfold card. So this piece measures 3 inches by 8 inches, and I've scored it on the long side at 4 inches. Give it a good crease on the score line, and now I have a card that measures 3 inches by 4 inches. One thing to note on this smaller one, we want our fold on the right side. So the larger base, the fold is on the left. The smaller base, the fold is on the right. This piece of basic white for the inside, this is where I can write a message or stamp a sentiment. This piece measures 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I'm going to fold this in half, and now I'm going to adhere a piece of designer series paper. And you can see the way these all coordinate, right? This is a good, what do I want to say? A good mix of colors and patterns. This piece of designer series paper, like the basic white on the inside of my small card base, measures 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Now, with this closed, again, you want to make sure the fold for that small card is on the right-hand side. I'm going to add plenty of adhesive to this, and opening the large card base, I'm going to center that in that main section. Center it on that large piece of designer series paper. Again, don't forget you need that fold on the right-hand side. So here's the basic Joyfold card now. Okay, a little bit of a twist on a traditional card, which is obviously going to bring some element of surprise and joy to the people that you send it to. Now, I already went ahead and made this, or die cut, I should say, the teacup. And for this, I want to point this out to you. This die obviously cuts the whole teacup shape. This die only cuts the elements that you see. So you can see it pretty clearly here that with this very detailed teacup, I cut from Parakeet Party cardstock. Took me a moment to remember that, didn't it? So then the large one is cut from Garden Green, and I just layered them. So you can use the two together, or you can use just the solid teacup and cut from cardstock. You can cut designer series paper. I'll show you a couple of examples of ways to use some of these dies. Now we need, I want to put this on, but I don't want to adhere this because I don't have my sentiment on yet, okay? Where I put this teacup may depend on the sentiment that I choose. So I'm going to ask you all to help me with this. There's some larger sentiments. Take care of yourself. Let's get together soon. Thank you. Thank you for your friendship, and some small ones. Sweet, I miss you. It's time for tea. To and from. I just can't thank you enough. Enjoy. Any thoughts on that? Oh, Joan, you just got this. Oh, okay. So this will be some inspiration for you. A little motivation to get it out and use it. Take care of yourself. That suggestion is from Vesta. You know, I love that saying too. And I think I like it so much because it can be used for so many different reasons. Somebody going through maybe a pregnancy. Maybe somebody's going through a divorce, maybe an illness, maybe somebody's going off to college, perhaps starting a new job. There's all kinds of reasons for us to use that sentiment, making it, again, very versatile for us. So I think, now I'm trying to decide here what I'm going to do. I am going to, let me see here. I think this is the one I want. Yes. I'm going to stamp it and then punch it with the Essential Tag Punch. And then we'll put a little trim on it as well. I think this will be wide enough. Yep. And let's see. I think I will stamp it in the Sweet Sorbet. The Tea Boutique Suite features all of our newest in colors. So they're all bright and cheerful and fun, and they all work really well together. And I want to finish this off also with either the Baker's Twine or the glitter ribbon. I'm going to take a look at both. We have a set of Baker's Twine with all 5 of the in colors, and then we have this metallic woven ribbon with colors to coordinate with our 5 designer series papers. And I'm thinking of doing it just like this, having those overlap a teeny bit and putting a bow here. Which do you think? Would you use the glitter ribbon or would you use the Baker's Twine? While you're thinking about that, I'm just going to close up that ink pad so it doesn't end up on me. I've had a day of, I'm having some trouble with my thumb and stuff here. I don't know if I dislocated it or something, but it's causing great pain. So I'm kind of, I don't know, my hands aren't quite doing what I want them to do all day. So I've ended up with lots of ink on me today, even on my shirt. I don't know how that happened. Okay, it looks like the first few people who responded said the glitter. I do think both would be great choices. But I just sometimes like to see if you all are partial to something more than I am. But honestly, I think both would be very good choices. You know, let me do this. Like I said, I don't know what the deal is with my hands. Maybe they're just feeling worn out this week. My daughter Andrea was here yesterday, and we started prepping for my Creative Escape weekend for 60 people in, let's see, that'll be middle of October, second weekend of October. And she was a huge help. Got a class to go out, got the last round of In Color Club products out yesterday. But, and then I've been doing lots of computer work the rest of the week. So maybe my fingers are just telling me it's time for a little break. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. Ever have times when you feel like that? Like, what is going on? Okay, I think I like this. And then I'm just going to put a small metallic bow on the left upper corner of that tag. Just something to add or embellish the tag a little bit, but not overpower, because there's a lot going on this Joyfold card. Lots of colors, lots of patterns, shapes. We've got it all in there. Now you could either adhere this with just a dot of multi-purpose glue and press the knot of the bow into that dot of glue, or you can kind of roll. I'll say roll because the glue dot is a little bit larger than that knot. So I kind of like to kind of just roll it against itself, because I don't want that glue dot showing all over the place when I send my card. Oh, what do you think? What do you think? So you can see this is a very simple fun fold card, very easy to make as long as you have the correct dimensions, right? So let's go over the dimensions one more time before I flip on over to my little stack over here. I've got 2 more Joyfold cards featuring the Tea Boutique suite to show you. So remember that when you make a Joyfold card, it's like having a large base and a small card base working together. So the large base is 4 1/4 by 8 1/4 inches. Okay, I'll put it this way since this is the top of the card. 4 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I scored at 5 1/2 on the long side. The DSP, the large piece, is 5 1/4 by 4. The small piece is 2 1/2 inches by 4. So that's the large base of the Joyfold card. For the small base, you need a piece of cardstock that measures 3 inches by 8 inches, 3 by 8, and you're going to score it at 4. And you want to fold it so that, I need to move this over a little bit so that when I open it, it's not getting caught on that fold, not getting crushed. You want to make sure that when you fold and adhere the small card base to the center of this large piece of Designer Series paper, that your fold is on the right side. So different size cards, folds on opposite sides. And then the white for the center and the DSP for the front both measure 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then from there, you can finish off with any sentiments or images, embellishments that you like. So, if you would like to perhaps win this card that I made in this Facebook Live, please type in the comments now, cup of tea. Cup of tea. And while you're doing that, I'm going to pull my other 2 samples. Now this is very much the same as the one I just made with you. The difference here is my teacup is right in the center. And notice where I cut my teacup from? It's cut from another piece of the Tea Boutique 6x6 Designer Series paper. This is one. Remember I said that paper is so versatile? This petal pink gingham print, so darn cute for baby cards. Super cute for baby girl cards. Even baby's first birthday, things like that, or a dainty little girl's birthday, or maybe grandma having a tea party with her little ones, and you could make fun invitations. But I just love that petal pink gingham print. So that's what I used for my teacup. And then on here, and this is teeny, teeny, tiny. Like I said, some of those sentiments are very small, but this is, I just can't thank you enough. And to make that little white tag stand out just a little bit better, I also die cut out a solid petal pink tag and tucked it behind there. And then I just used a little bit of baker's twine so it looks like the tea bag hanging from the top of the teacup. I guess you put the tea bags inside, but don't the tea bags have like a little paper or something? I seem to remember my dad always drank tea every morning. So I remember the Lipton tea bags had a little paper tag on the outside. And then I just decided to put that little heart inside. So there's another example, very similar, of the first Joy Fold card. And then here's another one. This looks completely different, doesn't it? But it's the same card layout, a Joy Fold card once again, but I've used a different color scheme, totally different patterns and papers, prints, colors from the Tea Boutique Designer Series paper, but I love how it turned out. I also have teacups on the Designer Series paper, so I decided I'm not going to add another teacup. I'm going to do something different. So I just stamped this leaf image on the Parakeet Party cardstock with garden green ink. And then without re-inking it, I stamped it again. So I stamped and stamped a second time. And then I die cut those with the coordinating die that's part of the bundle. And then a little ribbon bow. Thank you for your friendship is another sentiment from that stamp set, Cup of Tea. And I love how it turned out. So now this is kind of, we've got a card, thinking of you card, I'll say, or card of encouragement. We've got a thank you card, and now we've got a friendship card that can be used for lots of different reasons as well. So what do you think? Joy Fold card? Are you going to spread some joy by making Joy Fold cards and mailing them out to some family and friends? I would love for you to do that. Isn't that the whole reason we make cards? Really, when you think about it? To bring joy and friendship and love and caring and happiness to other people, right? So if anything today, I hope that I have inspired you to create a Joy Fold card or a few, and then to go one step further and take the time to mail these out to ones you love and care about. Okay, that's all I have for you today. One reminder, we have lots of promotions happening this month, and yesterday, September 8th, was the beginning of a new week. So we have a second round of weekly deals from Stampin' Up. Gosh, last time I told you my 3 favorites, and now I can't even think of what they are from round 2. I know the Memories and More cards and card pack are on there for, I believe, is it Chic Boutique, something like that? Texture and Chic, I can't remember. But let me look. Because I thought of that and I was like, oh, that's something I don't have that I may want to order because it is on that weekly deal. So I know I can get it at a discounted price, get those 2 products at a discounted price. And I'm not going to be able to put my finger on it quickly, am I? Oh, here it is. Texture Chic Memories and More card pack and Texture Chic Memories and More cards and envelopes. Those are both on the weekly deals. I'm excited about that. I think there's a couple ribbons there and some other wonderful products. So you definitely want to check those out on my in my online store, marynabe.stampinup.net. And those weekly deals will be available through next Wednesday, through the 13th, okay? From the 8th through the 13th. So it's kind of fun to wake up on a Thursday morning and see what kind of new weekly deals Stampin' Up! Is putting out for us. Because you know what? If I can get a deal, I'm all on it. Doesn't mean I buy it all, But if I've had my eye on something and it's on a weekly deal, I'm getting it at the discounted price rather than waiting and paying full price later. And also my Apple Harvest Class to Go, you can order through next Tuesday, the 12th. So you're going to make some gorgeous cards with a fall apple theme. You'll make 2 of each of these designs, including this one, all apple blossoms and leaves. I just love this card. I think this would make a great sympathy or thinking of you card as well. And I also think this would be pretty just to like put maybe on a frame. If you have like a narrow frame with a very pretty, soft looking picture, embellish the frame with some of these apple blossoms. So I'm going to give that a try this weekend. All right, thank you for joining me on this Friday, September 9th afternoon. And I look forward to meeting up with you again on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, have a wonderful weekend and happy stamping.